me, this one's going to go big.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. So then, Fruit Machine emulation, it has been a little while, so let's rectify that with a Fruit Machine emulation video, and we're going to be covering the machine that you can see in front of you here, which quite frankly is one of the biggest pieces of shit ever to be released. It is a dreadful, truly awful machine called New York, New York by Maygay. It's essentially a clone of On the Buses, but I have very particular memories of this specific machine. And as soon as it was released over at Desert Island Fruits back on the April of 13th, or the excellent session specifically of Desert Island Fruits, which is Pook's own little excellent section over there, this jumped out at me and thought, oh, that is the motherfucker. I remember that thing because this machine gave me an absolute kicking once in a city centre Manchester pub. We're going back to 1996 here, and I still remember it vividly. I remember the pub as well. It was this pub here, which looks like it's seen better days now. That is the Grand Central pub on Oxford Street in Manchester. Now, basically, if you go down that direction there, that is Universityville down there. The University and the Metropolitan University are down there. Coming up Oxford Street here, and if you peel a right there, that's off basically in that direction is the centre of Manchester. Right along here is kind of like the student sort of pub drag, if you will. We used to go drinking in that pub down there all the time. The Salisbury, that was one of our favourite places to go to, and also the Grand Central here. And this would have been in the years before I was going out with Mrs. Degsy, and also the early years of me and Mrs. Degsy's relationship. Grand Central here, I can't quite work out if it's still open or not, because it's got kind of what looks like new posters and everything in the window, but the place itself looks like an absolute fucking shit tip. And if you do, I mean, we can go back as far as 2008 there. I mean, in 2008, when the Google car came past, you can see there that the doors are open and we can see lights on inside, but it doesn't look much better even there. So I can't quite work out if it's actually still a pub. I mean, if you can't make a pub work there when you've got so much footfall, I don't know, you know, if you can't make a pub work there, then get out of the pub game. But the point is, I remember New York, New York being in this pub. Now, there was a little bit of backwards and toing and froing on the thread itself, because I initially asked whether or not this machine had been released with a £6 jackpot, and Pook gave me or posted the flyer for us to have a look at. Now, obviously the flyer is going to be made when the machine is released, and you can see there on the flyer it's showing as a £10 jackpot, and you only need to look at the machine itself. You can kind of see on the machine and on the flyer, this is the flyer that Pook used as the basis for the DX, you can see there how the kind of decals work and how the cash trail works. It's obviously a native £10 jackpot machine, so that kind of threw me out a little bit on the dates as to when it was that this thing would have hammered me in the Grand Central in Manchester, because the £10 jackpot didn't come out until 1996. So for me to have played this machine in the Grand Central on a £10 jackpot, it must have been, because I moved permanently to the Isle of Man in late summer 1996. I came over here to visit and work in the summer holidays in 94 and 95. Moved over here permanently in 96. So for me to have played this machine in the Grand Central in 1996, it must have been either when it was a pretty new machine on the £10 jackpot, or it would have been when me and Mrs. Degsy came back to Manchester, because we did visit quite regularly in those early days of having come over to the Isle of Man. One of those two things, but I absolutely have a 100% cast iron memory of playing it in there. I even remember where the fucking thing was. It was sort of the back of the machine was against one of these two windows here, and it kicked me to pieces. It was one of those dreadful night-ending kickings that you could get on machines back then. £10 jackpot. Don't remember the exact figure, but it cleaned me out. It was all the money that I had on me. I've said before that, you know, back in the sort of early to mid 90s, you could do a night out on 20 quid quite easily if you didn't go crazy. But Fruit machines, of course, could put pay to that very, very quickly. This thing took me to pieces. It was probably something like, I would often manage to get, you know, maybe 30, 40, 50 quid together, something like that for a night out. and it had the lot off me. And the thing is, by 96, of course, me and Mrs. Degsy were very much a couple, and she was with me, and it was one of those that left me in a foul mood, took all my money off me. Mrs. Degsy was offering to buy drinks, but of course I was really, really pissed off. Just fucked up the entire evening. It was a fucking early bath, get the Metrolink home, me in a foul mood. I mean, I say all thanks to this machine here. It was, of course, my fault because I was the addict, but I remember this machine doing it to me. And the thing about it was just evil. And I remember very, very clearly thinking, how can a £10 jackpot machine play this badly? How can it just not pay anything? Now, of course, knowing what we know now, of course, Maygays fucking block all the time. This thing seems to have a block at a £5, and what it will let you do, and this is why I kind of thought, oh, it must be fairly happy. Surely it's going to pay me a jackpot, or surely it's going to streak soon. Because it was letting me get up to these high features here, it was letting me get all the way up to the top. But what you will learn if you play this machine is that it's quite happy to let you get to the top. In fact, it will let you get to the top on a fairly regular basis, but it'll just give you £4 off it. What it will avoid there is the £10 cash at the top, or any wins over a £5. But of course, back then I had no idea what a block was. I just thought, well, it's letting me up to the top, it's going to pay something soon. And it was so frustrating. We'll see it in this video here. If you've never played this machine or on the buses, you'll soon see what I'm talking about. It loves to just keep landing on these Liberty Squares and never fill them up. It'll bounce you up and down on the elevators. Sometimes you'll get boards where it just won't land on anything at all. And then eventually it'll let you climb out to the top and it'll just give you fucking £4. Now, before we get into actually playing it, just one thing for the record here, and this is why this video is a little bit late. This video, well, there's me posting in the thread about Grand Central. There's my unhappy face as the fucking thing knackers me. Just watch out, because as released, this is actually on a 98% payout. So I was trying to get this machine ready for the video so that I could... The other thing I want to get on camera for you here is a streak, and I think I've got it ready for the streak as well. And I finally got it to streak, and then it kind of started going through the block again straight away, which is when I checked the config screen, and as downloaded, it's actually set to 98%. Now, as nice as it would be, of course, to play fruit machines on a 98% payout, that's never, ever, ever going to happen in the real world, and is completely unrealistic. So just be aware that if you have downloaded this layout from Desert Island Fruits, do be aware it's on a 98% payout as downloaded, so you may want to just alter that for yourselves. So that kind of blew my video out the water. This video should have been done the best part of a week ago, but I had to go back to... I had to do a RAM clear on it, set it to 78%, let autoplay do its thing. I put about 1,500 quid through it on autoplay, then settled it down, manually playing it, brought it up to percentage, and I've now got it. It's taken me a little while to get this ready, but I've now got it in a position. Can you see here? Sorry, did I say... Sorry, I put about 800 quid through it on autoplay, sorry. You can see there, I've now got nearly £1,200 through it. I've brought it pretty much up to percentage. It's got a drift of 50 quid in its favour. And after messing about with it for quite a while, because it's got a drift in its favour, of course, if you know how Maygays work with their bloody blocks and current pots and streak pots and all the rest of it, just having a big drift in its favour doesn't mean it's going to unlock the streak pot. So I have now finally got it in a position where I think it is ready to streak. What I will do, by the way, and because I haven't done one of these for a while, in fact, you know what, if I was a bit better planned here, there we are. Over at Desert Island Fruits, I will upload the layout with my RAM&GAM file to this subforum over at Desert Island Fruits, so you can have the machine in the state as it is now. And I think I've done 2 or 3 test runs at this now, and the streak pot is basically ready to go. So what we're going to do is play this and get the streak so we can see that it does pay eventually. And then we're going to carry on playing it after it's streaked to give you an idea of how it played for me back in 1996 when it took all my money off me and fucked up an evening out with Mrs. Degsy. And of course, it is also possible that it was fuckable with. Many Maygays around this era, of course, were doable. So I to this day, I do not know if I just caught this thing after a streak and it was just completely on the take. There was no way it was going to go through the block and it just ground me down in that way, or if it had been done in some way. Now, I know this second feature up on the buses was kind of like an emptier thing in that you could get, I think it was called I'll Get You, what was it? I can't remember what it was called on the buses, but this one here, I'll collect it if I land on it. I'll collect it. It's basically a stop the icon, stop the symbol on the middle reel, and I believe that you could get it to go through the block on the buses when it was blocking. Maybe New York even worked in the same way, so maybe it had been done. That's the other possibility. It had been done. Lots of Maygay machines around this time, of course, were doable. So here we are. This is back on my own channel here. There's quite a few Maygay machines here that I've done videos on in the past. We've got super pots. We've got money. Those there are the classic kind of, not that I had any idea at the time, of course, whereby you basically get it to go through the block when it's not streaking, and you can get the thing way over percentage, and if a mug like me came along who didn't know what they were doing, they would be absolutely destroyed because the current pot had been completely exhausted and the machine had to claw back. We've got Cluedo Super Sleuth. If you've never watched any of these, do have a little dig around in the early days of the channel, because I did do an awful lot of tricks and emptiers, the vast majority of which I had no idea about at the time. I only found about later on. There's quite a few Maygays in there as well. The point with Maygays is that they were notoriously fuckable with. That was the problem with them. Let's just put this back to the release page. There we are. So we've just got a little bit of a background. There was all kinds of issues with Maygays. Once they went to the £8 jackpot and they started implementing this block system, they could be fucked about with in all kinds of horrible ways that could leave them in a truly dreadful state for somebody who didn't know what they were doing. And I was very much someone who had no idea what he was doing at the time. So it could be one or either of those things. Maybe it had streaked and I just caught it after a streak. Maybe it had been done, or maybe it had done both. Maybe it had streaked and it had been done. Either way, it was the deadest machine I had ever played, and it took all my money off me and ruined a night out, which was not an entirely unusual occurrence, but I just remember this one. I really do remember this one. So let's get some money in now. £5 to start with. I'm going to try, you might be able to hear some keyboard noise here because I'm downstairs on the laptop. Normally I do my Fruit Machine emulation videos on my big PC upstairs, but I'm downstairs on the gaming laptop. So my apologies if you can hear some keyboard noise. I will be as quiet as I can. Right, this should be, by the way, pretty much ready to streak straight out the gate. I've put quite a bit of work into getting this this RAM&GAM file ready for this video, so hopefully it'll behave itself. Now, this is not, by the way, an invincible board. If that's the first thing you think, oh well, invincible board straight away, Degsy. No, not necessarily. It's only an invincible board if it carries on flashing. It always flashes right at the start of the feature, so it's not flashing for us now, so that means it's not an invincible board. These bloody Liberty things, it loves to land on them, but not give it to you. Super Bowl, that's that little thing there. Not really interested in any of these things, but you can get all the way to the top, by the way. Oh, there's the elevator, which it loves to fuck you about once there's. So we're going to get 2 or a 4 is the risk here, unless it's going to let us get up to the top. There we are. So there's the elevator. It gets a little bit tight on this elevator. Oh no, it's killed us. Right, okay. It should only be a few quid away from a streak. So we'll get the streak on camera first. Hopefully it'll do 50 quid. It seems to be 50 quid, but it does like to drag it out a little bit. I was determined to see this out to a streak because this is the only one of these that I ever remember seeing. That's the thing. I only ever remember playing that one in the in that pub in Manchester, in the Grand Central in Manchester. Doesn't really matter where we stopped that, by the way. So, as soon as I saw the release thread over at Desert Island Fruits, I was like, right. First off, I'm playing that one and we'll have a video about it, but also I'm going to get the fucking thing to streak and see what the deal is with actually winning on it. So there we are. So we've got you've got to gamble once before you can, so we've got to go lower than 11. Then we can carry on up the board. All the features, by the way, apart from the Big Apple, which you will be not entirely shocked to learn I'm not good enough at to get. I can usually get it up to about 4 quid. All of the other features are very much what it wants to give you. So even this feature up at the round the town here, it's just kind of like a real stepper, yes, no, repeat. So there, it looks like we're going to get to the top here. Win series, by the way, you can get win series will give you like 3 quid. If it's on the block and it doesn't want to pay you, it'll give you as little as 3 quid. So let's take it up, hopefully to the top. So there we are. So now we've got the top feature. So hopefully Hopefully this will give us a jackpot, because when it's on the block, this will just give you 2 lots of £2 quite happily for £4. So it can let you up here when it's on the block. Let's have a look. Wait, there we are, jackpot! And we don't get the jackpot. That's the unfortunate thing. When you get it off that, you don't get the jackpot sequence. When you get it all the way up there, you do actually get the jackpot sequence. Will it give us another? No, we've got a spin. I did get a repeat on that. This is the thing. The video that I did about Great Escape, an Italian job, if you remember, it was really hard work for me to get that to do what I wanted it to do. It's surprising. You can take the same RAM file, but it won't necessarily do exactly the same thing. Oh, where are we going? Come on. That's rather annoying. The streak pot should be activated now. I mean, it's a little bit like other Maygays in that even it will pay the odd jackpot. On Great Escape and clones, of course, once in a while the Invincible board comes round. Oh, that's a nice easy hold, all 3. So it will give you a jackpot out of the current pot occasionally. But it doesn't mean that the streak's activated. So this will do the same thing. It will pay the odd jackpot even when the streak pot isn't activated. I mean, we don't really... It doesn't... I don't know why that was a risk that I didn't need to take there. It's going to put us straight back in, right? So let's go again. I'm pretty confident that the streak pot should be activated here. So let's just see if we can get the streak out of it. Wall Street there is that one. It's not one of the better features, that one. There's a potentially £6 plus repeat chance available there. Lost luggage will just knock us back a bit. Now we're getting... So this is where we don't want to get a 4 here. We just want to avoid a 4. Elevator's annoying, and this is what used to drive me... Fuck me, another stock market crash. Okay, well, I mean, if needs be, we can do what we did in... we can do what we did with Great Escape and Italian job. If there's a cherry, if it's streaking... Oh, we haven't got... If it's streaking, cherries are a pretty good way of telling, because they'll just go... It'll just give you a jackpot off the mystery win. Which was quite a common thing for, I think, Great Escape did that, Italian job did that as well. Right, we just need to avoid another 4 here. Oh. You can see this should be when the streak pot's activated. Imagine how annoying this could get if it's blocking at £4 or £5 rather. So let's just have another go. Come on. Right, what's that gonna... Oh, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. That... okay, well... I would have kind of... there is a barcode on it, by the way. Oh, so if... I don't... Yeah, you can't collect it, can you? That's the problem. You can't collect the... can't collect the barcode. You need to have the exact number of nudges. There is a... It's not the best... It's not a great barcode, but... Oh, and it will hold, when it's streaking, it will hold after nudges for, it will hold after nudges for a jackpot as well. Let's just carry on then. This is interesting because it's not doing the same as the last couple of times I played it from this RAM&GAM file, but we should be in sight of the streak pot. If not immediately, then it shouldn't be far off. Right, what's that going to do? No, back to £1. All right then. Just check. No, I said, yeah, that's definitely the right stat. I'm not fucked up and got the wrong RAM&GAM file or anything like that. We're on the right file. Oh, don't you dare to be a 2. Right, so we're going to get to the top. Oh, that was I should have just gone higher than the 1 there. Right, let's just see what we've got here. Hopefully it'll be a jackpot. Oh, no. 2. Don't be a... So there's your... Now that can be it. It's quite happy to do a £4 top, this thing. Which it has. Interesting. Right, okay, well, we'll press on and see what we get. It's so hard to get these bloody things to behave. Right, so that's just going to go up to the next Statue of Liberty. If I get a shot at big money, I will take... The thing with big money is... Well, we certainly don't want to play it against Sam there because it's going to put us on stock market crash. Big money is a £5 or £10 plus repeat chance, so obviously it can give it you when it's blocking because £5 of course is not through the block, so it can offer you big money when it's blocking as well. So we're not going to risk a higher than a 4. And we just want to avoid that. Fuck off. Well, it's landing naturally on £7, so that should be... Fuck off. Dreadful, dreadful machine. Right, straight back in. Straight back in. And this is with it in a good mood. Do remember, folks, that this has got a drift of it's got a drift of £50 in its favour, and it should be ready to activate the street pot. So you've got to kind of bear in mind that when I got done by this thing all those years ago, neither of those things were the case. It was one of the worst. It just stuck. Fuck off. It just stuck in my head as a particularly horrible kicking. I don't know why. Second I saw that release, went over at Desert Island Fruits and saw the machine, I was like, it's that bastard. That is the fucker that had me. Oh, that was a bad hold there. What is this not? We'll stick with it. It really is playing like a pig. We had one jackpot there that, by all accounts, looks like it might have been the equivalent of the... Fuck me. Looks like it might have been the equivalent of the Invincible board on, your red board on Great Escape and Italian Job and so on. But we can do this safe. Oh, fuck off. We can do this safely. It's getting on me tits. It's just pretend money in the emulator. But, it's like I say, add on the frisson of being out for an evening with Mrs. Degsy and losing all my money on a night out. It wasn't a fun one, that. It's just stuck with me. Right, what can we should be able to get? There's no feature on there. Hold afternoons for cherries? No. We're just going to I think this should be ready to streak. So 7. It's not. It doesn't like you gambling on hooky numbers. This. I think this is going to lose. Yeah. Infuriating machine. Truly infuriating. Sometimes, yeah, that big apple, if you get the big apple symbol, it's very much like on the buses. You can choose the symbol off the other 2 reels, and it will give you... no! Hold after nudges on 3 of a kind. Yeah, you basically, you can choose the symbol. And when it's streaking, it'll give you a big apple, and there'll be a jackpot symbol there, and you can do it like that and get a jackpot that way. Now then, 3 of a kind. Watch this, you can get to the top really easy on this, So what I do, I think you just do an 11 to start with. Go like that, and then I'll just do 10. Doesn't really, you can do it any way you want, really. Then we'll do a play it again. But you can't gamble, that's the thing, so I can't stop it. This is the thing, and this is why it will give you this when it's on the block as well. Although you can hit it. There we are, so we get up to the top. So that suggests that it does do that out the current pot. £4 because you can stop that. When you get that skill stop, obviously you can stop it on £7 there. Another £4 top. That is really weird. Let me just check the long term. Yeah, I haven't gone for the wrong GAM file. This is the right RAM&GAM file. Let's see if it'll kick off into the streak. We don't want to try and avoid the elevators if we can help it. See, there you go, £7. A natural landing on a £7. 10 knockouts. Now, 10 knockouts guarantees you £6. So that should higher than a 2, or we risk a 1 for a stock market crash. Right, so there we are. Let's just see what we get this time. £3. Let's see. The other thing it can do is do a... So that's £7. It can do a credit break up here if it wants to, but... That was 7... Now, did it take a credit for that? I didn't actually pay attention to how many credits I had going. Let's just see if we can get a barcode. Oh, now then, let's just see. Now, this will give us a really good indication. Oh, fuck me. We may, you know what, we may have to go back and start again at this rate. I've got the RAM&GAM file, so we can easily just rewind and have another crack. Because this is proper misbehaving itself. Let's just see if we can tip it over into the streak. Oh, So 4 knockouts. Well, we can do it like this, can't we, I suppose? keep out of harm's way. Where's that going? 6 knockouts again. Ah! Irritating machine. Back on the feature again. You know what? We'll stick with this one. It won't like if I can collect the. Oh, right, okay. I'll embarrass myself on this. Let's have a crack at the Big Apple. So it's. There we are. Ooh. Ooh, a little bit. Oh, fuck me. Right, okay. Oh, Lord, I was a bit early there. Oh, yeah, quite a bit early. That's certainly, I think that's how you did on the buses, wasn't it, off that feature. Don't know if it was possible on this as well. I'm not up to it, as you can see. Let's see what it wants to do for us here. All the way, just avoid a 2. So what's in there? We've got 20, so I'm 25 quid in. And I've got 28 quid in the bank, so I'm 3 quid up, but it's not exactly... I don't want to gamble on that because you get stuck. If you get on those in-betweeny ones on the trail, you can't actually carry on going around the board. So you see there's 6 quid. If I gamble from 5 quid to 6 quid, you can't carry on going around... Oh, fuck off. You can't carry on going around the board. Starting to show off. Let's just see if we can... I don't know. Shall we go back to the RAM&GAM, or shall we just persevere with this? Give it another board or 2. Oh, crikey O'Reilly. Right, you know what? Fuck this. Let's just play out these credits. I might go back and do this one again, but you can see, I mean, okay, I've won there. So that's 26 quid in for a £28 bank. So that is, yeah, that's £2 profit, but can't explain this. I've done my fucking homework on this one, and by all accounts, it was ready to go. See there, just resisting the barcode as well. Hold for the barcode. No sign of it. What's that going to do? Fucking back to a quid. Right, you know what? Bollocks to it. I'm going to go back to the RAM&GAM file. We'll have another go. Okay, so we're back to the same RAM&GAM file. You can see there it's had nearly 1,200 quid through it, drifted just over 50 quid in its favour. Let's see if we can send it off in a different direction this time. I don't think it dropped a feature in like that last time, did it? Did it? Oh, well, doesn't matter. Anyway, that should send it off down a different path. So we've got a different start this time. Let's just see if we can get that fucking streak going. No point gambling there. Right, okay, fine. We should be within like 5 or 10 quid of it activating the streak pot. Let's see if we can get that. Should we have a speculative hold on the jackpot symbol? Because it will do it. When it's streaking, it'll hold after nudges for the jackpot. It'll do 3 nudges for the... 3 holds for the jackpot. It'll do... Hang on a minute. That's invincible, is it? Yes, that's an invincible board. Right, okay then. Shall we see? Oh, I was just about to see if we can get... if we can actually get the... Oh, fuck. I was going to see if we can get the jackpot sequence there. Let's just see what this wants to do. So there's a jackpot. Hopefully it won't do the same that it did last time. I have had it repeat on this, by the way. Let's just see, can we get it to do that? No, we can't, you shitheel. Okay. Oh, so that's... So there we are. So it doesn't really matter how... The only thing you've got to do on this, by the way, is just not hit it on stock market crash. And you can't really go too far wrong, because it'll always just give you a skill stop on the number reel here. Oh, I just collected 2 knockouts by accident. That was, well, that'll do something different, won't it? I pressed the wrong button there, sorry. Let's just see what that does to it then. Oh, 3 holds. Right, okay, now this will give us a very, very clear indication. Back to a quid, no way. I'm almost starting to question myself, but I'm absolutely... I checked again before I reloaded this back in. I just double-checked that it's the RAM&GAM file that I had ready, which on the dry runs that I did, it went into the street pot. We don't want to play it again now, I don't think. Right, okay, so we're into Death Alley here. 2 or 4 is what it like. 2 is at least not death, and 4, of course, that your stock market crash there, which it loves to use. So we see if we can get a fucking barcode. Come on. Let's see. You try and get these things ready, and then once you get them on camera, they just will not fucking behave. Well, we don't need to see that again, do we? I don't think I've ever... I think the best I've done is 5... Did I get to 5 quid once? I'm not sure. I'm not very good at it. So if that is a way of doing it, fair play to anyone who could actually do these off that. Oh, right up to the top. You can see here that these elevators just make the entire board completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter where you are on the board. It can just fuck you with one of those elevators whenever it wants to. No, and again. So it looks like it's got a jackpot in it, and then it just clams up again, doesn't it? Back in again. But these are not playing like jackpot-y, streaky boards. I don't know, does it... Maybe I shouldn't be taking the first jackpot off the Invincible board, but I don't think they work like that, do they? See, there we are, we've landed on 7 quid. It's going to be a 4, isn't it? Oh no, we got to the top. Right, okay, what do we get on this one? Jackpot, right, okay, that must be it now. Right, okay. So there's no way the jackpot would come round again out the sort of current pot, out the Invincible pots. That must be it. It's not repeated, but hopefully we've got the street pot activated now. That must be it. To get 2 jackpots so close together, that must be it. Surely it can't be anything else. This'll really tell us... Come on. Yes, there we are. Isn't it interesting that you can have exactly the same RAM&GAM file, the exact same machine state, and it'll just play in 2 completely different ways? You saw, in a way, I'm kind of glad it's done it like this, because it just goes to show. Really quite... You'd think if it was streak ready, the streak pot's ready to be activated, it'd just do it, but it didn't. Oh, now this could be... This could be another jackpot. Come on, let's have it. Go on, go on. Oh, 2 quid. There should be another jackpot on this. The streak, rather, to me, has been... I've found it is 50 quid. So I would kind of expect this to have another one in it. I did take that £5, but this should have another jackpot in it. Come on. Oh, it's fecking it. No, 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 no. What can we... Oh, I thought I'd risk... I'll try a hold after just on the cherry, see if it'd give us a jackpot. Oh, 3 holds on blue 7s would have been a good one to get as well. So there's the feature again. Come on, we should have another jackpot on this. Well, it's not invincible. We don't want the bellboy because he can kill us. None of these are really any use to us. Advance, where's that going to put us? Oh, so 10 knockouts guarantees us 6 quid. The lowest one you can get off 10 knockouts is 6 quid. We're not going to risk a gamble on a 5. We just want to avoid... We don't want to get a 3. Fucking elevator. Not a... 2 or... It's 2 or 4 town again, isn't it? Elevator is not... Oh! Oh, I'm not lower than a 9 for a jackpot. If he wants, shall we have a... Fuck it, let's have a go. Yes! Hey, so obviously we have got the streak pot here, you fucking bastard thing. Let's just see. I might have upset it a little. Oh, there we are. So this is our... Now, the thing about this is... The thing about this is I can definitely get... You can definitely get £7 off this. So you can see here. So if I say no to this, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a 5 is £7. But let's go for the top and see what it wants to give us. So I could get win series. So we just go for the top and see what it wants to do. Let's just go for the top and see what it. Oh, that's not a jackpot. A £2. And let's just... Okay. Is that just going to be a £4 top? See, that's annoying, because I could have had £7 there. And it kind of... Is there a fucking... No, there's no... A Big Apple isn't up there. Can't really do much with that, can we? Oh, there we are. That's another top, though. See, I'm almost wondering if I should just collect the fucking £7. Because £7, I mean, I'm no scientist, but £7's better than £4. See, I could collect that. That's £6. That's a guaranteed £6 there. I'll just show you, in fact, whilst we're here, since we're here, I'll just show you win series. Because win series can give you whatever the fuck it wants anyway. So there's a £5. So if that goes on, nice bank. Oh, just a straight £5 off win series as well. Still, let's collect the bank. I mean, we've done all right here. We're only £15 in. That might be it for the streak now. So we'll collect all that out, but we'll just see if we can get maybe another board out of it. And then once we've had the streak, once it's finished, what I'm going to do is carry on playing it to show you the other side of the story, as it were. Oh, it hasn't given us a 3 holes there. Can we get in... hold after inches for a feature? No. Looks like that might be it. So let's just have a look at the stats. Let's have a look at our profit and loss. We'll just wait for that to finish doing the meters, then we'll see where we've finished up. So that's where we've finished up. You can see there, £54 out for £18 in, so that's a £36 profit. No doubt you'd be happy with that on a £10 machine back in the day. And that has brought the machine there, you can see, very, very close to percentage. It's still got a little drift in its favour of £10, but it's set to 78 and over £1,200 through it now. And it's sitting at 77.13%. So that, to me now, the block and everything should be on now. I have taken a copy of that RAM&GAM file, a final copy ready for upload to Desert Island Fruits. So what we'll do now is load this back in. And now we should get the other side of the coin and just see how truly horrible this machine can be. Although it does still have a little drift of it. It's got a tenner in its favour, so it could potentially afford to pay a bit of something out of the current pot. But we know for sure that we have just had the streak pot out of it. So now hopefully what I'm going to demonstrate to you now is how feckin' horrible this machine is to play when it's in a bad mood, when it's blocking, when it's just not going to play cricket, as it were, and do... What do you give a fucking jackpot? It's ridiculous on. Oh, so £4. That's... Well, now then, do you want to gamble on higher than a 6? Is just asking for trouble, really, isn't it? But... See, I probably wouldn't have... Back on... See, I wouldn't... Let's try and do an accurate... I wouldn't have gambled on £4 on a 6. I would have just collected £4 there. So let's be fair. Let's not deliberately kind of fuck it. So we'll just collect the £4 there, because even an idiot like me wouldn't have gambled £4 on a 6. I would have gone for the barcode. So I'm trying to emulate, if you will, via the emulator, the way that I would have played this in that pub, in the Grand. I'd probably gone for the feature there, I think. Let's just go to profit and loss. So we actually got £4 back there off our £5. We'll go for the bar. It doesn't like to give this barcode. There is a barcode. You'd almost think there wasn't one in there, but if you can get triple, double, single, I promise you there is a barcode in there. So here we are, on to the feature. Let's just see what a feature looks like when it's playing silly buggers with you. So that'll put. So let's just see what we actually land on that we can collect. Nothing that we can collect there. We certainly don't want to play it again because that'll put us on stock market crash. All the way to the top. Elevator, where's that going? We haven't landed on anything. There you are. We didn't land on a single fucking thing there. Even though we got right to the next to the last square, you'll have noticed there in that feature, we did not land on anything. It just gave us 2 of those fucking Statue of Liberty symbols. And that was that. And what it'll do, because obviously we've just had the streak pot out of it, so we know there's no way that we're going to get a streak out of it. Any jackpot that it pays is going to have to come out of the current pot in a way that... see, now I'd probably have a gamble on a 7. You wouldn't bother gamble. Oh, there we've won the gamble, so let's go onto the board. So we could collect... Now, Wall Street, in fairness, is one of the better features, so... You want to get the repeat chance? Oh, got it. No, that's no good. I want to get the repeat chance. That's £3 plus repeat chance. We'll have that. And I'm trying to replicate the way that I played it back, just clinging on, trying not to... can repeat when it wants to do that. You're just trying to cling on to some money for the rest of the evening in the Grand Central in Manchester. So I'm playing as I would have played it then. But you can see it's pretty dire. We're not doing too bad loss-wise, but you've got to... This is the other thing, I think. Because of the way that fruit machines have gone in recent years, particularly the £70 jackpot, but particularly the £100 jackpot. The £70 jackpot was bad enough, whereby we're just kind of used to going... If you're playing a fruit machine seriously, you're going to have like 200 quid on you if you want, which is a ridiculous amount of money to need to take to play a fruit machine. Whereas back in these days, in the £10 jackpot days, when, like I say, a night out could have been done for 20 quid. You know, you'd have certainly people like me. Oh, fuck off! I should have possibly collected Run the Gauntlet there. People like me would maybe go out with 20, 30, 40 pounds, something like that, and that would be all the money that I had for a whole night out. So the last thing you need is one single fruit machine like this having the whole fecking lot off you, which they were capable of doing. Some of these £10 jackpot machines. Shall we have Run the Gauntlet? I'll just show you here that all of these features, if they want to, we're probably going to be looking at 3 quid, 4 quid, something like that. No skill involved, it just gives you what it wants to give you. There we are, 4 quid. So you can see what it's doing here. It is kind of grinding me down. Oh, there we are. So we've got a whole lot of nudges for cherries. 2 quid. We'll go higher than the 3 and see if we can... That's the other thing about it. The actual feature frequency isn't... Oh dear, now we're in Death Alley. Best case scenario here is a 2. So at least that 7 is... See what I mean? I'm not landing on anything here. There's no way it's going to land on 10 knockouts on a 1 because that's a gamble for the jackpot. And no lose gamble for the jackpot on a 1. So it will off. Now I've got a horrible feeling that the fall's coming now. No. Is it going to land on anything? You fucking desperate piece of shit. I mean, I'm not doing too bad here in that I'm only a 5 down, but you really need to. I mean, if you've been playing fruit machines for as long as I have, then you will remember what it was like to just go out and all your money for the night was, oh fucking look at that, was somewhere between 20 and 40 quid, which was plenty. You know, you could buy a pint for like, I don't know, £1.30, £1.40, something like that. You know, 20, 30 quid was more than enough for a night out, bus fare home, get a bit of food, all that kind of thing. But one bad fruit machine, one fruit machine that was really in a foul mood could just knock it all out for you. Now, this I can't do here. I can't do this fucking Super Bowl thing. I'll show it to you. If there's a pattern to it, I can't work it out. Obviously, you want to hit it on touchdown, but what is that? Oh, no. Oh dear, I got nothing off it. I got absolutely nothing off it. If there is a secret to doing that, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. I can't work out a pattern, and it just goes, for my money, it just goes a little bit too quick to be a skill stop. But it's possible I'm just old and shit. I'm being more than... have we landed on anything yet, by the way? Let's just keep note of what we're actually landing on. Oh dear. Oh, now then. Now you will see the amazing £4 top. That is going to be... There's £4. I bet you that'll be it. It can credit break. In fairness, it can credit break and do another £4, but it hasn't. But silly old me back in 1996 was kind of thinking, oh, well, you know, it keeps putting me up the board. It goes on the board quite a lot. I've got up to the top, you know. I kind of had it in my head that I was just being unlucky, that I sort of got to the top a few times. I think, well, if I just keep getting up to the top, it's going to do a jackpot sooner or later, just not understanding that that's not how these fucking things... I didn't know what a block was. I didn't know there was such a thing as a block. Oh. So to me, it just seemed like if I keep getting to the top, one of these times, it's going to give me a jackpot, or it's going to do a streak, it's going to repeat. Not understanding that... Oh, no, that was... Oh, sorry, that was really shit there. I missed my nudges. I mean, in terms of actually how much we're down, we're not doing too bad here. But you kind of get the idea as to what an incredibly frustrating machine it can be to play. And the point is here that we're just never going... It's never going to streak. It's never going to give us a jackpot repeat. We might eventually get a jackpot out of the current pot. But the problem is, once you get more than a tenner down, there's just no way that you're ever going to get back to level pegging. Because if you think to £10 bar crests, for example, or £10 JPMs, or £10 BFMs, they could give just like a jackpot repeat. They didn't have this absolute cast iron delineation between the streak pot and the current pot that Maygays had. So a bar crest, you could get 20, 25 quid into a bar crest, a £10 bar crest, and it'll give you a jackpot on a repeat. So you've got 20 quid back, and if you're 25 quid in, you'll think, oh, fuck it, well, that's not too bad, I've got most of my money back, and you'll walk away. But of course, Maygays of this era, they're completely incapable of doing it because of that split between the streak pot and the current pot. So really, once you're more than a tenner down, you're fucked, because you're just never going to get that back unless the streak pot triggers. So let's just see. We'll just take it out to there. And I just thought, because I'm getting up to the top here, I thought surely sooner or later. So there we are, we got to the top again. It'll probably be a £4 top. Well, it will be a £4 top again. So this will be a 2+2. There we are, and that'll be that, folks. Unless it does a credit break, but that's pretty rare, to be honest. There we are. And it'll do this now. Until the streak pot comes round again, it'll do this. It'll just be £4 top, £4 top. So I'm not going to grind away at this for too long. I think you get the idea of what this is like. We've had the streak now, and you can see how it's just twatting me around. And once you get up to this area of the board, you're not going to be landing on anything good, but it will let you get to the top, because it can do that and just give you... it can do that and just give you 4 quid. And all you need to do, really, is multiply this. Multiply this by all of my money. Let's say, for the sake of argument, let's say I had 40 quid on me. Just multiply the game playing like this until it had all of my 40 quid off me, and that was that. With just never ever feeling like you start to feel kind of helpless against a machine playing like this, because even though I didn't know what I know now about blocks and all the rest of it, there was just this horrible sense of futility started to creep in. Just doing shit like this all the time. So let's just collect that. Is it going to put us back in? No. No, back in. So the features, your feature frequency, your win frequency isn't too bad. Which again can kind of lull you into thinking, oh, fuck off. So let's collect that. So let's put 2 quid back into that, and then that'll be a loss of a tenner. But as you can see, even though it's giving me wins, oh sorry, that was a bad nudge. Even though it's giving me wins, even though it's giving me boards, it's all it's kind of grinding me down against the percentage with no hope. That's the thing, with no hope of ever getting a jackpot repeater or a streak to get back into positive territory. It can only go one way from here. Oh, stuff like that, of course, is really, really annoying. So we'll have another board just to see, because it will just keep. There we are, back on the board. I mean, it's probably got a little bit of a drift in its favour. It's probably got like about a £20 drift in its favour, so it can afford to be reasonably generous out of the current pot. Have I landed on anything this board? Oh, I haven't been paying attention, but 2 or 4 now. Let's have another board and let's just see what we actually land on. Let's see what we get the chance to collect. Go on then. Have a go with Big Apple. Nice and easy. Oh, a bit late there, you see. That's a bit better. Now it's going to speed up now. Oh, just about. Oh, fiver, come on. Oh, miles off. Oh, miles off. Fiver there. Do you wedge? I'm not entirely sure how you do that. Do you wedge it or something or what? I don't know. Never been able to do it. Can't do it on the buses either. Oh, so this is a top board. This will take us up to the top. It's not playing too bad here, but the reason for that, of course, is... Now then, just out of interest here, what we'll do, because this is what I don't quite understand, if it's blocking, is why it'll let... Because we... Oh, it's just taking me past... That was stupid, wasn't it? It's just taking me past £7, but I can still get, by getting a 4... See, I can collect 10 knockouts now, and that guarantees me £6, which, as I understand it, is through the block. It's actually some of the most of the music's shit on this, but these little tunes aren't too bad. So let's get... Oh, there's a £6 shot in here for sure. See now, obviously it can now fuck me with... Shall we try... See, so that to me is through the block. Even though we're on a non-streak active machine, that to me is through the block. Let's just see what it gives us if we take the rest of the shots. Well, if I was a betting man, I'd say we're getting £2 here. Bah! But, so yeah, I'd be interested to know there, because £6... Anytime you get the 3 icons, the 3 same coloured icons, you can either hit it on £7 there, or you can hit it on 10 knockouts there. Both, so that's a £7 and a £6 win, are available. So I'm not entirely sure how that works in the context of the machine being on the block. Don't quite know what the story is there. We haven't got a... We'll try another £3. We can't even get a hold after nudges there, can we? So we'll take it down to... And you can see that it's rattling through now. It's not even giving us a board. Once it gets close to percentage, because it has got a drift in its favour, once it gets close to percentage, it will start to cost a bit for a board as well. See, Wall Street's not too bad, but I was getting frustrated with it. That was the thing. So what I started doing all those years ago was just pushing for the top, because I became convinced that if I could just keep getting to the top, it'd stop giving me £4, and eventually it'd give me a jackpot, which of course it didn't. Let's just push it. Let's just see if we can get it to the top. I've embarrassed myself on Big Apple enough. Oh, And I think that was the issue with it all those years ago, is I just got frustrated with it and just started pushing for the top and pushing for the top. And yes, it will let you get up there, but it'll just keep giving you £4 until it's good and ready to unlock something better. No, let it zoom us up. Let's just see if we can get to the top. Oh, those fucking elevators. That's the other thing you can do off the same coloured helmet icons as well. Of course, is you can get big money because you can just stop it on all of the liberties going up, but it'll just be £5. It'll be £5 plus repeat chance that won't repeat. I've tried that a few times in the play that I've done, just getting this ready for this video. What I haven't done, I've got to be honest, and in fact you can try. Oh fuck it, you could do this yourself. Grab the layout with the RAM&GAM file from over at Desert Island Fruits, and once you know the street pot's active, try and get the 3 helmet icons the same, and then take the big money. I'll be honest with you, I haven't done that, so that might be a way to. Oh no, shall we try? Let's do it now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want a 6 to start with. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what's the next one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It was, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 11, yeah. But next one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. And what do you think this is going to be? Come on, place your bets, place your bets. Oh my word, who would have thought it? So that's something you could try, is get the street pot, download it, have a go yourself, and just see what happens if you... There we are, repeat chance. Oh, it repeated, which it can do. It can do that out of the current pot. Did it... I guess what we could do there is just check if it took 2 credits. I'm sure it must have taken a credit there, unless, you never know, it might want to do... the odd jackpot out the current pot, which I guess it could do. Oh. So I've actually not done too bad there. Only actually £2 down. So it's flattened me a little bit there, but it does make me wonder, by the way, if the one that I played in Manchester had been done. Either it'd street and been done, or it had just been done, because this here is not playing. It is pretty foul, but it's not playing. The structure of the machine and the way it does it is incredibly annoying, but it's not actually playing that bad. I cannot begin to explain how awful that one that I played in the Grand Centre in Manchester was. It really did feel like a machine that had been done. With the benefit of hindsight, now that I know that there was such a thing as machines being done, it does make me wonder if it had been hammered in some way by a professional player, and I just caught it in the aftermath of them visiting it. Anyway, so there. Well, I've actually, even with my straight after the street there, somehow I've managed to walk away only £2 down. Anyway, this will be available, so just for reference, over in the layout and RAM-GAM. Let's try that again, shall we? Layout, RAM&GAM file, sub-forum over at Desert Island Fruits. You just go to the forums here, layouts corner, and it's a subfolder of that layout, sub-forum of that. Layout, RAM plus GAM files. I will be uploading the whole layout, so you don't have to faff about, trying to load in the RAM and GAM files to an existing layout or anything like that. I'll upload the whole thing so you can just load this layout in straight into the emulator. As it was at the start of this video, you've seen there that the streak pot is ready to go, although it might still play silly buggers with you, and you can just have a play around with it, see different ways to try and take the streak out of it. So there we are. We've gone on rather a while with this one, but thought it was about time to get some Fruit Machine emulation back on the channel. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll catch up with you next time. But for now, as ever, it is goodbye.